Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fandom Fights. I am Tim Bracala. I am alone this evening, but that's okay because we've got another tournament match, and that's exciting. And technically, I'm not really alone. I'm trying out this new Jack Daniel's whiskey and cola. It's like pre-mixed the whiskey and the cola in a can. I'm scared for my life. We'll see how I am by the end of this. But anyway, we've got Mark versus Brian. Mark Menchaca getting his win off of Brittany Tapley in the debut match earlier this year. Brian most recently had a win against Zadius, so these guys are both on the up and up right now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when they go head-to-head in the tournament. Like I said, these guys are kind of playing at the top of their game right now. They both played great in teams last season as well. They're the 14 seed and the 19 seed, so they're pretty close. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Let's go talk to them right now in the promos.
All right, Brian. Welcome to the next tournament match. Really quickly, I'll just say, I really like Mark. I think he's a great guy, and he's really good. I kind of feel like you two are very similarly skilled in Fandom, so I think this will be a fun match. I'm excited to watch it, but I know you doubt yourself, but I think I've got faith. I think you're going to take this one.
I think I have a good general Fandom knowledge. The thing is, like last year when I was teamed up with Jacoby in America's Asses, and we kept winning somehow, and I kind of felt like obligated to study and study and study. And this year, I've got a much more casual attitude towards it. I'll be honest, I've watched one Fandom movie in the past month. So, my studying isn't there.
You watched it 50 times, right?
Huh?
We watched it 50 times, right?
Yes. I really hope they ask a lot of questions about that one movie.
Okay.
But it is what it is. I'm here to have fun. Everybody knows Fandom's kind of my side project, but I'm still here to have fun. Still going to give it my best. Honestly, Mark's probably going to take the W here, but I don't mind because Mark's a good guy. So we'll see.
That may be true that they watched one Fandom movie, but I don't fucking believe Brian Michaels for anything. Remember that time, the Studio Ghibli? I believe he watched all of them. I don't know. I still, to this day, don't know if he ever watched them. But listen. Mark played his last match, his first singles match, and everybody said, maybe he doesn't know about the horse in DreamWorks. We have fixed those mistakes. We are not letting that happen again. He was my team partner last year. He carried me through a lot of those matches. He has a lot more. He's got just knowledge in both areas, which is really great to have on my faction. I think you can pull out the win. We're not going to take Brian lightly because he has so much knowledge in his head because he's old. That's my only old joke tonight. Mark, how are you feeling? I heard from past events you played in a car at some point. You're not playing in a car tonight, so you have a shot of winning. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm very glad I'm not playing in a car. It was touch and go for a little bit there, but you know what? We're here, so that's great. And any day I get to play Brian, it's a good day. Let's get it on.
Yeah. And Ethan, I like you. You're like top 2 of the managers that I have to manage against, so keep doing what you're doing. Let's play.
A couple housekeeping things from the promos. I'm interested to know who the first person is other than Ethan in that top 2. Is it Cody himself? Not sure. And also update, this is mixed quite well. Not bad. Not bad. We'll try the honey one next. That's mixed with lemonade. But let's get into round number 1. Here's how it's going to work. 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each question is worth 1 point a piece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question, and each of you have 3 repeats and a challenge rule for the entirety of the match. Gentlemen, do you have any questions as we get started?
Nope.
All right. Question number 1 is in the category of DC. In Batman Begins, what does Bruce give to a homeless man after his run-in with Carmine Falcone? Falcone. I forget how they say it in this movie, but it's very much like the Raz and Raish. All over the place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Brian.
Been a long time since I watched this movie. His coat?
And Mark.
His coat.
That is correct.
Holy shit.
Nice coat. All right, next question is in the category of worlds of DC. Back-to-back DC. In Wonder Woman 1984, what is the full name of the woman who later becomes Cheetah? So first and last name, please. This movie sucks. The first time I saw it, I let myself feel the hype because I was excited, and then I watched it again, and I didn't like it, and I just watched it again on Blu-ray, and I kind of hated it. I'm not going to lie. 5, 4.
You should watch it twice more, maybe you'll start liking it.
2, 1. Pens down. Mark, we'll start with you.
No.
Brian.
Barbara Minerva?
That is correct. All right, your next question is in Mission Impossible. In Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, who is forced to take a lie detector test about Ethan and his whereabouts? I've never had to take a lie detector test, but my wife is basically a walking lie detector, so it's kind of the same thing. That didn't phase her at all. 5, 4, 3. Oh, she agrees. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Brian.
Benji.
And Mark.
Benji.
That is correct. All right, next question is in Fandom Oscars. How many people have won the Oscar for Best Director for a fandom film? Lots of fandom films. I've seen all of them, and it hurts my soul because, as my dad says, I need to get a life. So that's a fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Brian.
2.
And Mark.
1.
1 is correct. Just Mr. Peter Jackson. So Mark ties it 3-3 as we get into the next question, which is in Disney animation. What type of animal is Timothy in Dumbo? I'm not going to lie. I saw the word Timothy and I saw the word Dumbo, and I was about to read Timothy Dalton, and that would not have been the correct thing to say. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I believe we are to Mark.
Cat.
And Brian.
Mouse.
Mouse is correct. So Brian takes another 1-point lead. It's 4-3 as we get into the next question, which is in Planet of the Apes. At the end of Rise of the Planet of the Apes, we find out that Will's neighbor Douglas helped spread the ALZ 113 because of his job. What job did he have? This movie is pretty good. My least favorite of the 3, but it's really good. Nonetheless, all 3 are excellent films. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Brian.
He's a pilot.
And Mark.
Pilot.
Pilot is correct. All right. Next question is in Marvel, regular Marvel. In Spider-Man 2, Harry agrees to give Doc Ock the tritium in exchange for what? I'm giving a lot of promotion to Jack Daniels today, but these aren't half bad. These are pretty all right. I always go rum before whiskey, but pretty good nonetheless. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Mark.
Said bring Spider-Man to him.
And Brian.
I said tell him who Spider-Man's identity is.
Bring Spider-Man to him is what we were looking for,
Yeah,
so I think I can only
right.
give that to Mark. So that ties it up 5-5 as we go into the next one, which is in the Wizarding World. Name both characters seen talking to Voldemort in Harry's dreams in The Goblet of Fire. This is one of my favorites. Not gonna lie, I really like the book. The book's better than the movie, I think, but this movie's real fun. This is one of the better ones, I think. That kind of gets unfairly maligned by the book readers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Brian.
I don't know. Snape and Lucius Malfoy.
And Mark.
Barty Crouch Jr. and Peter Pettigrew.
That is correct.
That's what I meant.
Of course. So Mark takes the 1 point lead now. Lots of back and forth. It's 6-5 as we get into the penultimate question, which is in fandom quotes. What character in The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers says, "The battle of Helm's Deep is over. The battle for Middle Earth is about to begin"? I've only talked about it a lot, but I'm going to bring it up again. I got a new TV this week. It's a big one. And the first thing I did was watch The Lord of the Rings because, as my wife says, I have no chill. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Mark.
Gandalf.
And Brian.
Gandalf.
That is correct. Also would have accepted Gandalf the White, but nobody wanted to be that specific. That's fine. Final question, guys, is in MCU. What is the name of the location where Strange learns to become a sorcerer in Doctor Strange? Very close game right now, 7-6. These tournament matches have been fun so far. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Brian.
I got nothing.
And Mark.
Said The Sanctuary?
It's incorrect. We were looking for Camartage.
Okay.
Camartage is the name. So, at the end of round number 1, Mark is up 7 to Brian's 6. Very close game as we get into round number 2. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to bring up the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they have to keep whatever they spin the second time. You will get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. Unless you want to go to multiple choice, then it will be worth 1 point. Guys, you both still have all 3 repeats and your challenge. And Lord Almighty, stealing is available. So look out. Watch your corners. Don't get spooked by the steals. Okay. So let's bring in the wheel and Mark's manager. So the categories of the wheel today are Mission Impossible, Disney live action, horror icons, James Bond, Fandom Oscars, Star Wars, DreamWorks Animation, and YA Dystopia. So, Mark, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Brian?
What's the score again?
It is 7-6.
We want to go second, you think?
Yeah, let's go second.
Yep.
All right. So we will bring in Mr. Beller. This will be the spin for Mr. Michaels. And it lands on opponent's choice. So we will say goodbye to Mr. Beller and bring back Mr. Newberry. Do you guys need the list of categories again?
No, they don't. They know exactly what they're giving me.
Well, not necessarily. I just need to look.
All right. The list again is Mission Impossible, Disney live action, horror icons, James Bond, Fandom Oscars, Star Wars, DreamWorks, YA.
Oh, God. So he thinks it's cut as dry, but I know that he has studied this category before. I like Phantom Oscars is like I think a good shot. If not that, maybe DreamWorks, but I think he studied it with Jacoby. So I'm going to lean towards Phantom Oscars, but I will let you decide.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do Fandom Oscars.
Okay.
I am shocked, I tell you. Shocked.
All right. So, Brian, I will give you your questions in Fandom Oscars.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but go ahead.
All right, your first question. Skyfall and what other Bond film have been nominated for Best Original Score? Five, four, three.
I'll go multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Goldfinger, B, Golden Eye, C, The Spy Who Loved Me, D, Live and Let Die.
For score. Spy Who Loved Me.
That is correct for 1 point. Ties the game with that point. Your next question. What Oscar was Superman Returns nominated for?
It wasn't Best Picture.
5, 4, 3.
Just reduce the steal. I'll go multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, sound editing, B, visual effects, C, sound mixing, D, film editing.
Let's say sound mixing.
That is incorrect. Mark, chance for a 1 point steal. Your options again are A, sound editing, B, visual effects, C, sound mixing, D, film editing.
Visual effects.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Brian, your next question. Black Panther won 3 Oscars: production design, original score, and what?
Costume design.
That is correct for 2 points. Takes the lead with that one. Your fourth question. What was the last DreamWorks animated film to win an Oscar?
To win an Oscar. Multiple.
All right, your options are A, How to Train Your Dragon, B, Shrek 2, C, Trolls, D, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Trolls.
That is incorrect. Mark, chance for a 1 point steal. The options are A, How to Train Your Dragon, B, Shrek 2, C, Trolls, D, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Brian, your final question in Fandom Oscars. What is the only Wizarding World film to be nominated for makeup?
Let's cut my options in half. Say multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, B, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, C, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, or D, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Can I read the question, please? And options.
Repeat a question and options?
Yes.
Okay, your question again. What is the only Wizarding World film to be nominated for makeup? And the options are A, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, B, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, C, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, or D, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Deathly Hallows 2.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, so Brian gets his total up to 10, but with those steals, Mark gets up to 9 as we bring back the wheel in Mr. Newberry for Mark's.
Yeah.
He loves showing up and answering questions about no movies whatsoever. Sorry, Brian. We hate that category too.
First spin lands on Mission Impossible.
I think I should take it.
He's really good at it, so don't force anything unless you're confident on it. But yeah, I think you can work up the lead here if you're good in it.
Yeah, I feel good about it. Let's take it.
Let's roll.
All right, so Mark, are you ready for your questions in Mission Impossible?
Let's do it.
All right, your first question. Who plays Naya in Mission Impossible 2?
Thandie Newton.
That is correct for 2 points.
Although now it's Thandwe.
All right, your next question. In Mission Impossible Fallout, who wears a mask pretending to be Lane in order to trick Walker?
Benji.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. In Mission Impossible, Jack, played by Emilio Estevez, dies while sitting on top of what?
An elevator.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. In Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, what city does Ethan climb on the outside of an enormous tower? Five.
Dubai.
That is correct for 2 points.
It's really scared I was going to screw up the name. But...
And your final question in Mission Impossible. In Mission Impossible 3, while in the plane on the way to turn in Owen Davian, what does Ethan threaten to do to Davian if he doesn't give up information on the rabbit's foot?
Throw him out of the plane.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, so at the end of Mark's spin, he goes 10 for 10, gets his total up to 19 to Brian's 10. As we get into round number 3, it's the betting round. Here's how it's going to work. I am going to say a category, then the players are going to have to decide whether they want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If they get the question right, they will gain those points. If they get the question wrong, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Any questions? Okay, so the first category that you gentlemen will be able to bet points on is going to be scores and soundtracks.
Do you want me to do it?
So here's the thing. One, we need to get Fandom Oscars removed from Fandom. Brian, you can help us lead that charge. There's a group of us that are very angry with it, so you can help us and lead that charge. Second, you need to bet on one question to put this away. He has to bet on everything by 2, or basically 2, to catch us at this point. So I know you're really good at this category, so if you would like to bet here, we can, but it makes it a little closer if you miss it. But burn all your repeats, but I'm okay with you putting it away right now.
Okay.
Brian, I saw you write something down. I assume you know what you're doing already.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I'm going to go for it, and if it ends it that much sooner, I will.
Sure, yeah.
It's got to end at some point, right? So it doesn't matter.
All right, we're good managers?
Yep.
All right, let's get bets starting with Mark.
Yeah, let's go for it, 2.
All right, and Brian.
2, why not?
All right, here's the question in scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for The Wolverine?
Good game.
Five, 4, 3.
I'll use repeat.
All right, Brian using his first repeat. Who composed the score for The Wolverine?
That was my second repeat, by the way.
Oh, yes, it was. I'm sorry. I did not mark the first one. My bad. Five, 4, 3, 2.
One more, why not?
Using the last one? Is that what you said? Okay.
Probably last question.
Who the score for The Wolverine? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brian, we will start with you.
No clue. Brian Tyler.
And Mark.
Marco Beltrami.
And your winner, Mark Menchaca. Yes, the answer was Marco Beltrami. Mark got it right, got his total up to 21, and Brian missed to go down to 8. So that put it away. But honestly, this is one of those games where that's how it happens. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Let's start by talking to Ethan and Brian. Guys, you had a really good round 1, and then you got stuck with opponent's choice, and that's kind of what did you in. How are you guys feeling about the match?
Once I spun opponent's choice in round 2, I knew it was over. I knew I was probably getting Fandom Oscars, which everybody knows my weak point, and yeah, I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to study it because fuck Oscars. It could have given me Mission Impossible. I could have swept that. I knew all those. But it is what it is. Like I said, I play Fandom to have some fun. I actually did really good in round 1, and I just feel happy knowing the questions in round 2, even if I didn't get to answer them for Mission Impossible. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Congrats, Mark.
Brian's a really good. Yeah, congrats to Mark. I mean, Brian's a really good Fandom player. I know he doesn't think he is. He is. It's that category, the dreaded category. So
it is.
For me personally, asterisk on the match for Brian. Don't take it as a loss. It happens.
It's a loss.
It's a loss, but we all know why. Mark played great though. He's a great player, great dude. So good luck to him. Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, and also coming up very soon after the tournament, we're going to see a new version of America's Asses. America's Asses 2.0, one could say.
We are.
Any
Andrew the Dive Bar is my new partner.
Yeah, any thoughts on that team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to watch these guys play more. We lost one cheek, we gained another one, and we're gonna make them clap.
And I didn't mind taking him on, even though Ethan says he's a horrible partner. I thought, I'll still give it a shot and see what happens.
That's fair. That makes sense. All right, guys. Well, sorry it didn't work out for you today, but we'll see you very soon in teams, like I said. So let's move on to the winner today, Mr. Mark. Great round 2. You went 10 for 10 in Mission Impossible, 7 points in round 1. Really great match. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel really good. I feel like I've had a rough go of it this year, in the trivia community. Even in that last Fandom match I won, I'm still gonna have that infamous moment that we're just gonna remember forever. But I'm really glad to get the win. I'm always happy to play Brian, and I mean, yeah, it's what happens. I mean, that's why I studied Oscars. I know people hate it, so why not?
That's fair. Cody, how do you think Mark played today?
Yeah, so he played great, of course. I mean, he hit 7 points in round 1. He swept Mission Impossible, which was not a strength, but it was a strength because those movies are good. Listen, I've planted this flag a long time ago. I'll plant it again. I am starting a campaign. Let's get Fandom Oscars removed from this. It has tainted so many careers. Even if my players have studied and became good players at it, it's a pointless category. It is just for people that don't want to watch Fandom movies to watch things about who's sound mixing and stuff. So, listen, this match, you can say it is what it is. We were going to give you Fandom Oscars. We played it out, but this match is. I wish we could have saw it because I think Mark and Brian over in Warzone had such a good match. It had potential today because 7-6, they both get a category they're good at. They could be separated by 1 point, and then the betting comes into it. It's an interesting thing. Mark's just really good at both tournaments this year. I think he's going to have a shot in both right now. So we're just going to play it one match at a time, and hopefully at some point, America's Asses can take on the new License to Chill 2.0, and we can have a rematch of that match because I don't want to study Fandom anymore. You guys are special. You guys are a special breed. I hate it. So I'm not.
I don't know if we've ever said on call who is the new version. Who is in this new chill?
It is Mark Menchaca, and it is. I'm going to keep that one a mystery for now because there are some things down the pipe that could actually change a little bit. So right now it is Mark Menchaca, and he will have a new partner with inside the faction. So
all right, well, I think we can definitely make that match happen post tournament. So we'll see, but I'm feeling good about that. So guys, congrats on the win. We'll see you in round 2 of the tournament. Final thoughts from me. Well, they are this: Yeah, it was a match. I'm happy for Mark. He played really well. Sucks for Brian. Opponent's choice. It's never a fun thing. And lastly, this was well. Good job, Jack Daniels. We had a journey tonight through this match. This was pretty well done. So go to your local Target, Walmart, wherever you want to go to buy your booze, and pick one of these up because they weren't half bad. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Fandom Fights. I have been Timber Kala. That was Brian, Cody, Mark, and Ethan. We will see you very soon with another match. Until then, bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good.